street description
of the season wearing the number 10 jersey. Number 11 in the back line will be Lena Weldy, as well as number 14, Lena Charles. Number 18 on the left back position will be Courtney Weingart. And wrapping up, as we mentioned, striker Annalise Baer. That wraps up the 11 for each team. And it looks to be an exciting matchup. And of course, this is Scott Glodden's second game in his first season. And he's got a lot of experience under his belt. However, this is his first head coach collegiate team.
Right.
And what we saw out of the first game, a 3-0 win. Talk about a little bit, Dalton, the type of impact that he's already made for this club.
Well, I think whenever you start off with a program and in your first contest, you win and a win by a score of like 3-0, you really set the standard and the expectation of what this program is going to be followed under, and especially him coming from such higher places. Played club soccer at Michigan. He's bringing such a great staff with him that have played. His wife is on the coaching staff. She played at Central Michigan University as a goalkeeper, so that's a lot of experience. When you come from such successful programs in higher up places, Division I, and in fact, he was an assistant coach with St. Louis University,
that's right,
another Division I school. Bringing that success standard and implementing it right away with a victory is huge for this program.
And as you mentioned, he was with some Division I schools also, including Bowling Green, Cincinnati. But yes, he led the St. Louis University Billikens to a second-place finish in the Atlantic 10. That was back in 2013. Of course, he was the head assistant coach, I guess, if you will. So, yes, I would agree. He's bringing a lot of experience to this team. And in talking with some of the players, they're conditioning just a lot more, which to me says, well, they have the chemistry there, because this is with only a few of the seniors leaving from last year, 6 transfers coming in, no new freshmen. So this is essentially the same team that we're seeing put on last year, and they're already having a lot more success, I would say, or a better start rather than they had last year.
And that's what we saw from the first game. We'll see how that continues to unfold, but you're right, that first action that we saw here on Saturday night, actually we covered it.
Yep.
It was a fantastic game there for the Lady Leafs, and if they play anything like that throughout the rest of the season, you got to imagine Coach Glodden's going to have this program off to a hot start in his first year.
And it is hot indeed, and it looks like the Goshen women will be in their purple jerseys, black shorts, black socks, while Calumet St. Joseph in their road whites with gray shorts, white socks. Looks to be a nice game, and of course a great day for a matchup of sorts. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to 91.1 The Globe, your home for Goshen College Athletics. We have women's soccer non-conference match here tonight for you. 45 minutes of soccer is about to get underway in a short amount of time. It appears that the Goshen College Lady Leafs will be moving from left to right, while Calumet St. Joseph's moves right to left.
And an important note, you just brought up the Lady Leafs will be in the purple uniforms with the black shorts, and the Crimson Wave will be in white jerseys, which will completely throw out the issue we saw on Saturday where the Lady Leafs had to wear yellow pennies to set themselves apart from the other team in Clear University.
And it was pretty surprising. He's saying the navy blue and the purple. Then they were discussing that before the game, Dalt. But that was then. This is now. We've got Goshen College soccer. It's about to get underway. Melanie Drinkwater and Annalise Baer will be at midfield getting ready for the first touch. The referees all look like they are getting set and underway. The thumbs up. And the whistle blows. Goshen College in possession. Gina Berkey gets the ball. She'll just send it all the way back to Lena Charles now. And wearing number the 14 jersey, she is a sophomore. And she made a big impact in her freshman season. Of course, she scored in the alumni game. She's been a big part, especially moving forward into this just program of women's soccer and improving this back line. That ball now with Carly Burns. And now taken away, Melanie Drinkwater. Now with the ball, she'll be in the starting lineup. Kate Crawford is at midfield. And the ball now at midfield being sent back in possession of Calumet St. Joseph's.
And something to keep your eye out for. Again, remember, we just watched on Saturday night. The Maple Leaf offense was extremely aggressive as the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Maple Leafs for a throw-in. But, yes, they were extremely aggressive. It'll be interesting to see if they're more patient this time around.
The ball is now with Calumet St. Joseph's. They swing it on the far side. Now getting into their attacking half. The pass is taken away. Goshen is now in possession. Gina Berkey is at midfield trying to make something happen. She moves it forward, and the ball is now with Kate Crawford. She tries moving it forward. However, the ball is picked off, but Kate Crawford gets it right back. However, Taylor Siren clears that one away.
I tell you what, it's very actually real
we'll
quick.
We'll get back to that. Yep, they are in the boxes. St. Joseph, Calumet St. Joseph's. However, Melina Weldy on, and she takes it away now. However, the ball is back with Calumet. However, it is cleared away. Dalton, back to your point.
Well, it was Doherty there with the ball in the box. She had an opportunity. She fumbled it away. But, no, I was going to say Kate Crawford, it's really neat to see her get into the starting lineup. We saw on Saturday she was really hustling around and just a great effort player. So it's neat to get rewarded for that kind of effort.
She is a junior. This is her third year on the team, making only her second career start. She was a big part, actually, of the Lady Leaf program last year, coming off the bench, really making some impacts in the games she was in. Now we resume back to play. Lena Charles is in the opposing box looking just to clear it away. Rachel Short-Miller on the near side. However, Lena Weldy now just going to clear it down, and the ball so far back and forth possession with Calumet and Goshen College Lady Leafs.
And so far we've seen this ball really right by Thorne's side this entire time. We haven't really crossed midfield onto the other side for much time at all, so it'll be interesting to see if Goshen can turn the momentum around.
3 minutes gone by. We have our first shot. Looks like that will just dribble away about 8 feet wide right from Calumet. That will be a Goshen College goal kick.
And that was Burns who sent it in from the top of the goal box.
It'll be Natalie Thorne trying to boot one down, and she does so. Now the ball bouncing around a little. It is in possession. Janeth Vela now in possession. She sends it all the way back on the near side. Now they are playing in front of Goshen College's dugout. However, the ball is taken away. Melanie Drinkwater, with possession, looking as Gina Berkey making a great run. She gets it on her foot. She's in the box. She takes a shot. Oh, and the save. Oh, what a save by Kimberly Jingle.
In an excellent opportunity there. And we were just talking just a moment ago about them being more patient. You saw Drinkwater take her time. She had an opportunity to volley it to Bear, decided not to, and got the cross to Gerke instead.
Talk about a great run, really, also for Gina Berkey. She was coming all the way down and behind her defender. Didn't even see her coming. First shot of the day for Goshen, and it is, of course, the save, as we mentioned, by Jingle. The ball bouncing around in front of Goshen College dugout. On our near side to my left, it will be a throw-in for Weldy. Now, just a little bit of confusion as to who will be throwing the ball in. Rachel Short-Miller will pick it up and gets ready to throw it in, and she does so to Kate Venderly. She tries moving one forward. The ball eventually gets back to her after bouncing around a little bit. Melanie Drinkwater is at midfield. She sends one back once more as now Kate Venderly is going to clear one down, taken away. Gina Berkey in possession. And a beautiful through ball. Janeth Vela may have a chance to score. She's moving into the box. Only one defender to beat. And that defender beats her. However, Annalise Bear with the ball about 18 yards away. Now she moves it back. Gina Berkey tries getting one forward. Kate Crawford is on side. She is in the box. Crosses one in. Melanie Drinkwater scores! First goal of the game comes at 39:42 remaining in the first. Only 5 minutes gone by. Melanie Drinkwater scores. Goshen 1, Calumet 0.
And how about that? That's just being opportune. We've been talking about so far how the ball has been on the left side of midfield this entire time, right in front of Thorne's face. And then the second opportunity we've really seen of the Leafs going down the field, they're able to cross it in. And looks like the defense was a little confused. They seemed as if they were hoping for an offsides call. They froze for a moment, and Crawford took the opportunity and took advantage.
I think that was the biggest thing, as you mentioned. A nice through ball there to Crawford. And she did get in possession. She was onside, and she assists on Goshen's first goal of the game. And we get back to the action. Kate Venderly now has the ball on the near side just before it goes back. And Steph Hurwitz for Calumet has the ball. She sends one all the way back, just looking to reset things here. This is Jingle.
And Hurwitz, we've seen so far, she has some wheels on her. That's the player who ran all the way down the field and was able to disrupt Vela when she had the opportunity before that goal.
So far, indeed, we have seen a lot of good pressure from the left back. The ball now with Calumet. They try and move it forward, but it's taken away by Kate Crawford. Melanie Drinkwater, she has the lone goal that just came a few minutes. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to 91.1 FM. It's your station for Goshen College Athletics. Right now it is 1-0, and only 6 minutes have gone by in the first half of this women's soccer game. The Lady Leafs are ahead 1-0. The ball is headed. Annalise Bear now being double-teamed just a little bit, and now it's moved forward the ball now with Jackie Sanchez for Calumet. They get it back. They're just playing the reset, and that's Hurwitz now. She's looking to move forward. She is in possession. And a good takeaway there by Goshen. Annalise Bear, she is strong. She is now trying to move up toward her attacking third. She's in her attacking half, just moving across midfield. Janet Vela now with the ball, trying to make something happen. Another nice through ball, just a little much and out of reach for Drinkwater. Still 1-0 Goshen. And good hustle there by Rachel Short Miller, one of 6 junior transfers. Berkey rips one from about 27, 30 yards out, and it's picked up pretty easily by Jingle.
Yeah, that was from way downtown. That would have been pretty impressive if that one goes in. But we're still locked here at 1-0 with about 7 minutes gone by.
And as we mentioned, Kimberly Jingle in net wearing the number 0 jersey. Not to mention she's listed as a forward on the roster, so with little depth comes lots more need, and she's going to have to step up for her team. Maybe a tough task for Calumet. A nice through ball here. Kate Crawford trying to get with it, but good defense there by Siren as she looks to just clear away. She looks like she goes down. Siren may have rolled her ankle on that last kick. She gets back up, however. She is limping, looking like she's trying to get it going. The ball is taken away as we resume play. It's Rachel Short Miller passing one from the defensive half of Goshen College, moving forward now. And it's taken away just in front of midfield. The ball now at midfield with Calumet in possession. The ball's with number 9, that's Tuxford. And swung all the way over now. Calumet trying to make something happen. Looks like longer passes so far. They're just trying to get something going. However, I don't think longer passes against this Goshen defense is anything that is to be messed with, because they close in so easily, and they have really no trouble clearing away. Janet Vela now with the ball just behind midfield. And it's sent all the way over to the right back for the evening, number 2. That's Rachel Short Miller. Over to Weldy, now back to Short Miller, playing back-to-back. Weldy now sends one up. It's headed away and out of play just at midfield.
And yes, you're right. This Maple Leaf defense has still snuffed everything out. Thorne is, she's had to be a little bit more aware than Saturday night. She could have pretty much had a picnic back there in the net, but tonight she's had to pay attention a little bit more, but still hasn't seen a lot coming her way.
And the throw-in will be in front of the Goshen dugout, which is on the near side here. The throw-in will be for Calumet. Siren throws it in, and it's headed away. Now a 50-50 ball for Vela, and that was Sanchez. Now an opportunity potentially for Calumet, but a good defense there by Charles. She may look to make a run for herself, and however, Drinkwater just a little bit out of reach there for her. Jackie Sanchez about 35 yards out right in front of midfield, and it's cleared away all the way to the back by Rachel Short-Miller.
And something to mention again, Drinkwater was the Lady Leaf to score the lone goal that we've seen so far, and a great moment for her as she's able to get going again. She had an excellent season last year, got hurt, so it's great for her to come back and get that goal under her belt early in the year.
11 minutes gone by here in the first half. Score still 1-0. Goshen is ahead. Now the ball with Calumet. They try and move things forward. Melina Weldy just clears it away, and it will be a throw-in for Calumet. It will be Siren on the near side in front of Goshen's bench, throwing one in. The ball now with Hurwitz, and sent over to Munoz.
And we mentioned just a little bit ago, Siren was down for a moment, tweaking with her left ankle as this ball rolls into the goal box and Thorne picks it up. She seems to be moving fine again now. You were worried at first that maybe the humidity was starting to get to her, but it appears it was just an ankle thing, and she seems to have walked it off by now.
Natalie Thorne takes a couple of bounces. She's just looking to punt one down the field.
She has a very unorthodox routine that she goes through every time.
Yeah, just a couple of stutter steps, and eventually she boots one down the field. I guess whatever gets the job done.
I think that's the best way to describe it, because I don't know how I could have.
Now the ball is at midfield for Goshen, and a beautiful through ball from Vela. Bear has a chance. Hurwitz on her back, and Hurwitz gets taken down in front of the penalty area by Bear, and it will be Jingle that will be kicking one down eventually as she sets the ball down. 12 minutes gone by in the first half. 1-0 the score. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Goshen College women's soccer here. It's against the Calumet St. Joseph Crimson Wave. They're in their white jerseys tonight, gray shorts, while Goshen is in their purple with black shorts. The ball is now in possession. And good defense there by Rachel Short-Miller. The ball is now at midfield. Drinkwater in possession. Annalise Bear sends one back. Kate Crawford. Good footwork from her as she eventually gets it over to Rachel Short-Miller. Now the ball with Venderly looking to size one up, send it deep, though she elects to give it to Crawford now in the middle. And Berkey looking to make a run of her own as she got the pass from Crawford. However, taken away by Hurwitz. And the ball now with Calumet. They try to move it forward. That's Sanchez at the midfield. And her pass intended to go to the far side, deflected, but still in possession. It's Munoz on the side, and good defense from the left back there. That's Courtney Wingard. And a throw-in. It's going to be Andrea Ramirez. We haven't mentioned her much, but that's because I feel like for the most part the ball's just been on the near side. They're playing in the middle, and her right mid or right wing position so far is not been utilized all too much. The ball with Bear trying to drop one off for Vela. Now the ball, Kate Crawford has one. She sends it back to the right back, Rachel Short-Miller. Kate Venderly now at the midfield looking for either Bear or Crawford, whatever the case. It got to neither of them. It was taken away by Calumet. Ball now with Bear. She sets one up for Crawford, and she sends a beautiful pass to Melanie Drinkwater, looking to add to her already total. However, her shot goes about 11 yards wide of the net. Difficult shot, but a great pass to set things up there for by Crawford.
Right, and we just mentioned this is Crawford didn't start in the season opener on Saturday, so excellent. We were talking about it's a great thing to see her get in with the excellent effort and hustle we saw from game one with her, and so far we've seen her get an assist and a beautiful pass right there.
Really earning her spot in the starting lineup so far for Scott Gloden, first-year head coach for the Goshen College women's soccer team. 15 minutes have gone by in the first half. 1-0 the score. Goshen ahead in this women's soccer match taking place here at the Goshen College Soccer Complex. And the ball is on the far side as we get back to play. Looking to throw it in is Courtney Wingard. And she gets it up, headed up now. Bouncing around a little bit, but it's in possession now. The ball is with Elms. And she just clears one away. It's rolling down, and Lena Charles all the way on the far side now, getting it right into midfield as they shorten the field. Rachel Short-Miller. Kate Venderly a great ball there for Annalise Bear, looking to make it 2-0. She gets in, she takes the shot, and she scores! 2-0 Goshen, 15 minutes gone by. They stop the clock at 29:29. It is Goshen 2-0 ahead in the first half.
And in both times we've actually seen a goal. Again, as we mentioned in game one, even the goalkeeper, Natalie Thorne, comes out of her net and all the way down to celebrate with her team. It's a really neat chemistry that Coach Glodden's building here, and a rock-solid performance we've seen so far. As season total so far, 5 goals and none against.
We've seen great play so far from this Goshen offense, even just as defense in general, as we are now underway after this goal. 2-0 the score. It's Melina Weldy with the ball. Rachel Short-Miller now sends it up to Kate Crawford. Again, it is 2-0. The Goshen College Lady Leafs are ahead. Janet Vela now at midfield looking to make something happen. Kate Crawford now in possession. She gives a nice ball, a good one-touch ball, and possibly another opportunity here for Goshen. However, it's cleared away, but now the ball back with Drinkwater. Seconds after the other goal, inches above the crossbar. It could have been 3-0. It could have been 2 goals in about 30 seconds, Dal.
And you see who made the pass? It was Annalise Bear.
And she has had herself a good week, as you mentioned. Goshen College Maple Leaf Athlete of the Week for this past week for her efforts in the last game, scoring 1 goal and assisting on another.
And she's making her case for back-to-back weeks at this point. If that one could have dimed in, she could have had another goal and assist in this contest as well, as she is just off to an excellent season so far.
Really would have been interesting to see. Now the ball with Drinkwater all the way on the far side in their attacking third. However, the ball is taken away. Calumet is now in possession. It's Carly Burms looking to make something happen. And the ball is now all the way over with, that's Valles. She drops one back, still in their attacking half. And Rachel Short-Miller cuts out that pass as that was intended for Taylor Siren. It's cleared away now in front of the Calumet dugout. It'll be a throw-in.
Something I'm noticing is a lot of the Lady Crimson Wave right now, especially after that second goal where Baird put it in the back of the net. They all turned to Coach Olson just in kind of frustration and kind of put their hands up like, what were we supposed to do there? And you can kind of see heads starting to drop, and that's a bad sign this early in the contest.
Lena Weldy now has the ball. She's on the near side, right at midfield. Good footwork there from Short-Miller. It will be a throw-in as that ball goes out of play. We've seen good chemistry from this team. As we mentioned, only 6 new players, and of course a few of the seniors have returned. 20 juniors now on the roster for this Goshen club.
Yeah, I feel like the experience playing with each other plays a big part, but we also mentioned after each goal, all the way from the other side, Natalie Thorne and the entire defense will come all the way down and celebrate, and it's really neat the type of atmosphere that Coach Glodden's already built with this Lady Leaf program.
So far, not a whole lot of chances for Calumet, but now they are in their own box, but it's cleared away by Lena Charles. And now Hurwitz just going to send it back to midfield. The ball now with Patricia Tuxford. And sent all the way over. Elizabeth Munoz now has the ball, and it's taken away by Janet Vela. About a 2-on-2. Developing a nice through ball. However, it is taken away by Hurwitz, having herself a pretty good night so far on the defensive side. The ball is with Siren. She's looking to make something happen. She gets the ball successfully to Burms. She tries to move one forward. That's chested down by Valles. And a good ball there that's cleared away, however, by Rachel Short-Miller, but it will be a throw-in on the attacking third on the near side. For Calumet, she sends a cross in. It's headed away by Charles, now cleared away one more time by Vela. And Annalise Bayer is in possession past midfield in the defending half, all the way back to Kate Venderly now. All this happening in front of Goshen College's bench. Melina Weldy has not much of a choice but to clear it away. And she does so. The ball gets stuck in between the roof of the dugout and the railing, and a lot of excitement comes from the from the stands after seeing this. Looks like short stoppage of play, as it looks like the referee is making this stop of play. 25 minutes remain in this first half. Goshen College leads it 2-0, almost acting as a timeout here as the weather is extremely hot. That's pretty much of an understatement. And not to say much about it, but the booth is pretty warm as well. However, we're not running miles on end, so they'll have the luxury this game of being able to stop, take a moment, and hydrate, as you mentioned before the game.
And absolutely, we've been talking about this defense with Hurwitz and Siren and how much wheels they have and how it's so crucial right now. It's been the significant factor to limit some of the goals that Goshen College has been able to score so far, or some of their opportunities rather. With all this heat and all the running they do, and we talked about their lack of depth, only have 6 players on the bench. You have to wonder if this heat's eventually going to catch them in the second half, if they will be even more vulnerable.
It'll be tough for them to come back. They've dug themselves in a hole just 20 minutes so far into the game. As we mentioned, Kimberly Jingle, not originally a goalie. She is in net tonight for Calumet. She is listed on the roster as a forward. So far, 2-0 Goshen leads this game. The goals coming from Drinkwater and Bear so far. And really great possession. They're really controlling the pace of the game, which is big in a sport like soccer.
And, I mean, not only this game, but we also saw that in Game 1 on Saturday. Yeah. They have been in complete control. They've done whatever they have wanted to do in all 90-plus minutes of action so far.
Gina Berkey had the ball. Now it's with Kate Venderly. Rachel Short-Miller gets it all the way back. She's in her normal right back position. The ball with Janeth Vela wearing the number 7 jersey. And it will be Gina Berkey sending one over to Courtney Weingard, who sends it back once more. Now the ball at midfield with Charles. She sends one up, and Weingard looking to make a run for herself as she has the ball and makes a nice turn, being defended there by Ramirez, looking to get across, and slide tackle unsuccessful by Ramirez. She does get the cross, and does Weingard for Goshen. Maybe a handball, but nothing called, as looks like that was what Bear was looking for there. Whatever the case may be, Calumet has the ball on the far side. It's with Sanchez now as she sends one back. Calumet still in possession, but now it's taken away by Goshen, and it's now stripped again from Goshen. Now the ball with Calumet. They send it up forward. Kate Venderly gets possession now. The ball is with Elms. She sends one over to Siren on the left side. Now they're at midfield, looking to move one forward. Good defense here by Short Miller, and the ball is knocked out by her, and it will be a throw-in for Calumet on the near side. And Siren throws it in now. She gets it now to Elms.
About halfway through the first half of action, and again, it's still 2-0. Goshen in the lead, and we've seen them dominate so far, Brad.
It's been great, and in the first about 4 minutes or so, possession kind of back and forth, not much seemed to be going, but since then, all in possession of Goshen. As we get back to the action, the ball is in the attacking third for Calumet, and Charles for Goshen has the ball. They win possession back. Kate Venderly looks to clear one away. She does, however, it goes out of bounds about midfield on the far side now.
And as you mentioned, it's kind of back and forth in the first couple minutes, and we noticed that in Game 1 on Saturday against Cleary University, too, where Cleary seemed to be in control throughout the first 4 minutes, and after that, it was blown wide open.
As we get back to the play, Kate Crawford, as we mentioned, she has the ball, making her first start of the season. The ball dropped back for Weldy. She sends one all the way. Now it's Annalise Baer being defended by Hurwitz, giving her a little bit of trouble so far. Kate Venderly with the ball, a through ball, just not on the same page between Venderly and Baer there, and Hurwitz goes all the way back. However, taken away by the Lady Leafs, and it will be a throw-in all the way near the right corner, or right from the view of the box up here. Drinkwater now has possession with it in the middle. It's Vela now. She sends one over, intended for Berkey, but Andrea Ramirez is the one taking it away. Courtney Weingard looks to set things up now. She'll take a shot, and it's caught by Kimberly Jingle.
And, you know, something interesting, Maria Bischoff comes off the bench, but right now she is actually ranked in NAIA for, I believe, shots on goal per game. She had 3 this past contest, so that's a weapon to have come off the bench.
It'll be interesting to see if they want to include her at all in this first half and maybe in the second half, but they are ahead 2-0 is Goshen. Now the ball in possession, maybe a good opportunity here for Calumet, but it's taken away. The ball was in possession of Serena Valles, and it was taken away by really just everyone in that back four for Goshen. We talk about a lot of experience just playing the game in general, not necessarily. Of course, we talk about Lena Charles. She is a sophomore. We get back to play, a good chance here, but it's picked off by Natalie Thorne, and now just a little bit of open field for Weingard to work for. She takes a bit too big of a touch to her left. Now the shot there, and oh, what a great diving save by Thorne as that shot was headed right for the upper part. That was going to go right under the crossbar, it looked like, Dalton.
And excellent athleticism. Thorne, a dual sport athlete. We see her play basketball as well, and you got to wonder if some of that post work where she has to jump for rebounds and all played a part of that as she reached up high to prevent that one from going in.
Shot was from Doherty, making it their second shot of the game. First corner of the night for either team, and it will be Calumet College looking to send one in. The ball is headed away by Melina Weldy. The shot ahead again. The shot there from Burns goes out of play. And we've got a couple of substitutions. It'll be Janice Haywood. As we mentioned, Maria Bischoff, and now Artie's Woodward comes on now in favor of Vela, Baer, and Berkey.
And Haywood really wants to make it tough on us broadcasters. She's wearing a different jersey number every night so far than what's on the roster.
Little difficult. Of course, we've seen number 16 jersey is now kind of open for grabs as Maddie Berkey has gone down. That started the season. She has a right ankle issue. She is in a boot. She's walking fine. Timetable is still to be set for her return. The ball now with Bischoff, most recently checked in. And what she'll do is send one all the way back, making it a little difficult for Tuxford to have to retrieve all the way back and get it just in front of the 18 box. A little bit back and forth passing between Hurwitz here and Tuxford on the near side. The ball with Short Miller. Here is Crawford. Ball sent up forward now with Haywood. She's wearing her very buoyant orange boots for the night. So does Weingart as she sends one up. That ball is going to be chased down by Jingle, and she does so successfully. 2-0 still the score, and 18:30 is still remaining in this first half. So far, we've seen great play by the Goshen College Lady Leafs as they are hosting this home match against Calumet St. Joseph Crimson Wave.
And the Lady Leafs have not been able to pack their bags and go on the road yet, so you got to wonder what that's going to be like when they try to travel later on throughout the schedule with Coach Gloden, because they haven't been tested that way yet. And they will actually have that action on Saturday, September 5th, as they travel to Madonna University.
Now, they only had the Lady Leafs 6 home games last year, And their fortunes are reversing now as they have only 7 road games this year. And their first road game coming, well, it'll be their next game as they travel to Madonna. It'll be the first time those two teams meet, so we're looking forward to catching that game that comes on Saturday. The ball, now a 50-50 ball between her and Thorne, and that is a good goal by Calumet. 2-1 the score, the goal coming by Brianna Doherty there.
And interesting, we see the first goal go against Thorne so far this season. A heck of an outing so far, as she had a shutout in the first game, and then this game coming now as Doherty just kind of slipped through that defense and put one right by her.
And a little bit tough there for the Goshen defense to really make anything of that as they had players moving forward. It seemed the counterattack and the long ball on such counterattack seemed to be the success there. And, of course, you got to finish it, and Doherty did so. So it is now 2-1. Goshen still leads in this first half. And that goal coming now only 17:20 remaining in this first half. The ball now with Carly Burms in possession of Calumet. The ball all the way over on the far side, still in possession, however. Cleared away by Kate Venderly and now sent all the way down the field. Tuxford now in possession.
You see some of the lights starting to come on as, again, this is a later game. And by the time the second half comes, we may be needing those on. So those are on. May add a little bit of heat on for the moment, too, on the field.
Well, luckily there's no more heat in this booth. Rachel Short-Miller clears one away. Hurwitz, rather, had the ball on the near side, the left side, all the way in the attacking third. The throw-in now will come from Siren. She just gives it away. Basically, literally giving it away. Now the ball is with Natalie Thorne. She'll set it up for a goal kick. 2-1, still the score. Goshen leads Calumet St. Joseph. However, Calumet just scored a goal. Compliments of Brianna Doherty.
And something interesting is Doherty was heading back to midfield after that goal. You could see her. She was actually reaching at her right thigh a little bit, wondering if the heat's starting to get to her a little bit. I mean, obviously, you hope it's not in these conditions, but it's very likely.
And as we mentioned, 89 degrees now at game time, and it was only 72 degrees last Saturday, not to mention the pouring rain at that 4 o'clock start. We got 2 subs checking in, Malia Watkins and Courtney Featherstone coming in. Rachel Short-Miller checking out. It looks like Asia Green also checking in. She's wearing her number 16 jersey. And Courtney Weingard comes out, as well as Melanie Drinkwater. So, yes, we're seeing the subs much so in play, as you mentioned, would be a key for both teams in this game. And Tuxford now all the way in the back. That's Janice Haywood taking it away. She makes a nice touch there, getting it through the legs of Tuxford, however, to no avail as the ball was in possession of Calumet, but it's taken away. It's Crawford now as she got it back with Asia Green playing the right back position. It appears so far in this half. She just most recently checked in now. Leah Watkins with the ball on the near side, and it is out of play. However, off the arm of Taylor Siren, so it will be Goshen possession. Kate Venderly now at midfield from the throw-in from Green, but taken away. And now a long ball intended for number 8. That's the goal scorer, Doherty, so far for this game. And there's Charles all the way back in the defensive corner on the near side. A good pass there, just a little lackadaisical there from Watkins, not quite chasing it all the way down. But the hustle game has been strong for one Stephanie Hurwitz. She is having herself a pretty good defensive game. Of course, she has a high motor, and she is playing in the left back position. So now as we get back to the action, number 3, Janice Haywood, she moves forward. She got a couple players moving forward with her. Here is Bischoff now trying to set one down as the ball was bouncing in a little from Haywood's cross, and the ball sent back. Now Courtney Featherstone tries to chip one ahead, and in possession of Elm, she moves it forward. Calumet now at midfield And a long ball there gets through Weldy. But Asia Green looking to run it down, but also Doherty is there again. She just drops one back. Now in the attacking third, looking to take a long shot there from Siren, and it curls into the hands of Natalie Thorne.
And, you know, something to mention is she throws this one in, but it's picked off by Siren as she works there in the goal box.
And cleared away by Venderly. Back to your point, Dalton.
Something to mention is Haywood is a very, very special talent that Goshen has right now on that field we've seen the last two games. Very flashy, too. But I don't know if I've seen that athletic of a player playing for this women's soccer team since I've been here.
She is one of the 6 junior transfers. We'll talk about that a little more coming up in the show. And she has seen her fair share of playing time so far in this game. And, of course, even being a big part of the game last Saturday against Cleary. She not only assisted one of the goals, but she scored one herself.
And her ball handling is...
She's got some good feet. She can work, she can play. She also has a high motor. She really plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. Back now with Calumet as they had it in their attacking half, and now it's just cleared away. Now it's at midfield, rather. Malia Watkins has the ball. Good defense there by Hurwitz. Really just zipping up the line that, or the momentum that Goshen might have had going into that possession. Kate Crawford sends a nice through ball. No offside call. Maria Bischoff now on her left foot looking to send one in. No one was there for the cross. Might have been a shot, but it goes out of play. 11:30 remains in the first half. 2-1. Goshen is ahead. We've seen goals from Baird, Drinkwater, and Doherty for Calumet so far in this game. Get back to the action. Featherstone moves it forward with Maria Bischoff. She is now just in front of the line. She tries getting a back heel pass to no avail. The ball with Jackie Sanchez. She tries to get something forward, trying to make something happen for the Crimson Wave. That ball all the way over now. Bouncing around a little bit is Courtney Featherstone, sending one back to Charles and back to Featherstone. Goshen in possession, moving forward in front of midfield, but now taken away and not in the attack. It's in the attacking half now of Calumet. And that is Burms trying to send one, actually a lot closer than we thought. She just tried getting that one over to Thorne, who just sets it down quickly for the goal kick. Gets it to Asia Green. She wears her number 16. We've seen a couple of these players bouncing around in terms of jersey numbers. That's just the way it goes.
And the last couple possessions we've seen have went coast to coast. Either the Leafs take it all the way to the other net, or the Crimson Wave will take it all the way to Thorne's net. And you have to wonder if that pattern continues to repeat itself, if we're going to see a counterattack that's pretty lethal at some point.
Good idea there from Watkins, as she, instead of dropping it on her foot, elected to let it go and try and chase it later. However, she could not quite get it. Little shove there from Green. And the ball will be placed for a free kick at midfield. 2 substitutions looking to come on. It looks like at the next stoppage of play, it'll be Diener and Flores. We'll have more on them when they officially check in. We've only got 9:30 remaining in this first half. You're listening to 91.1 The Globe. It's your station for Goshen College athletics. You're listening to women's soccer here that's being hosted at the Goshen soccer field on the campus of Goshen College. And we get back to the play now. It's Woodward trying to chase one away from Tuxford, but now that is Burms sending one all the way up. And Weldy now in the corner, kind of trapped, so she'll just have to knock it out of play. The throw-in will be on the far side near the corner for Taylor Siren of Calumet. And now the ball is with Valles, and she gets it to Burms, looking for a shot here, and that is sent well over the bar. It will be Goshen College goal kick.
Yeah, Burms isn't afraid to let her fly. unfortunate for her is she sent a couple of them over the goal, but she's obviously got a good leg on her. So you're going to have to keep an eye on that, especially if you're Natalie Thorne, because she's going to send that from anywhere.
Couple subs coming in. It'll be Karina Flores and Dusty Diener checking in, and Kate Crawford comes out as well.
As Vendraley.
Thank you, Dalt, as I could not quite see exactly who the last was. She just sprinted off the field. Well, as we get back to the action, Karina Flores now in the midfield turns one over. Now the ball with Calumet, and there's Burms about 35 yards out, not electing for the shot there. The left foot shot is just a little bit wide. That came from Serena Valles.
Now the Lady Leaf defense kind of has to get it together, because this Crimson Wave team has been knocking on the door for a little bit now, as they're really trying to tie this one up at 2-2. And we've seen an excellent effort so far from the defense in Game 1 and for the majority of the first half. But right now, Crimson Wave is really all over Thorne.
It looks like Dusty Diener and Karina Flores at the midfield, but it looks like they're playing a little bit more of a defensive role. Now the ball with Artie's Woodward. She tries getting it forward, however, taken away. There's the fresh legs of Dusty Diener. She has the ball now, but it's taken away in the attacking third now. The ball with Calumet and cleared all the way by Burms. A shot, but very far over the net.
It's the typical Burm shot we've seen so far. She has a trend of sending them over.
And now, while she does have one good opportunity, it may not. It doesn't seem to just be her. It looks like head coach for Calumet College, Justin Olson, is basically telling his players to go ahead, let her rip. See, test this goalkeeper out a little bit, and they did already. It's still 2-1. 6.5 minutes remain in the first half. Goshen College leads the contest that's being played here at the Goshen College Soccer Complex.
Well, and you have to imagine, if they're watching any film at all, Coach Olson has to walk away from it and say, well, we don't know much about this goalkeeper. We can test her, because she only had 2 save opportunities, and she completed them both. But
and she was hurt for a large part of last season as
correct.
well. So they are not taking her experience as if it means anything from the junior goalkeeper Natalie Thorne, a very experienced player, and really unfortunate to see her go down with a wrist injury last season. Also kept her out for a small portion of the women's basketball contests as well. But she is fully healthy. Nice to see. Asia Green now has the ball at midfield, trying to move it forward for Watkins, but it is taken away by Hurwitz, who gives a nice pass. The ball now just in front of Calumet's bench, but now it gets moved forward to the midfield. Entering the attacking third is Haywood for Goshen. She tries to get past Tuxford. She does. This could be a nice setup. The shot, it just hits the outside of the net. Good. Very strong possession there from Goshen and Haywood.
I'm telling you, Haywood, she is very, very skillful when she has the ball, and she can make something out of nothing, virtually.
And it will be Jingle looking to send one down. Now with Calumet in the defensive set, the ball with Karina Flores at midfield, getting one up to Haywood. And a good run here, but taken away as Bischoff looking to get something going there. Now as we get back to the action, Calumet, who come in their white jerseys, as Goshen in their purple. As we mentioned earlier, it is not going to be an issue today telling the two teams apart, as there was a little bit of an issue against Cleary. But now the ball with Valles looking to clear away, but an opening here for Calumet. The shot goes wide of Thorne, and it will be a goal kick for Goshen.
And so right now it's looking as if the Leafs, if they can get it just out of the feet of the Crimson Wave, who has really been knocking on the door, and just kind of walk away to halftime with 2-1 score, would be decent at this point, because like I said, Thorne is really being tested back there.
And she wasn't in much in the early part of the first half. 3.5 minutes remain in this first half as trying to get a chipped or a low through ball in there, but nothing comes of it as Jingle, the goalkeeper for Calumet, picks it up and now clears one down to midfield. The ball in possession of Goshen, and in particular Karina Flores. She gets one over to Malia Watkins. Just looking to keep possession is Goshen. However, they cannot do so. A little bit of a sloppy passing, sloppy play really for the women so far.
And you have to imagine if they go to halftime with a score of about 2-1 with the lead, Coach Glodden will be pretty happy because, like we said, the Crimson Wave haven't had any substitutions.
You are right about that. They are very short, not staffed, but short on their roster.
Bench.
They have only 6 available off the bench. Not the numbers that they're, I'm sure, hoping for. But regardless, as we get back to the action, Natalie Thorne boots one down. It is punted up now as Charles tries to clear one away. The ball just in front of midfield now moving forward. The ball is with Valles. She looks to take a shot about 22 yards out. And it was just bouncing around a little bit by Thorne. She had to dive to her left and corral the ball, but it slipped a little bit, possibly through the sweaty gloves or whatnot. But regardless, she has the ball. She sends it up, takes a bounce. Malia Watkins then heads it forward, fighting a little bit with Hurwitz, but Hurwitz wins the throw.
And Watkins is a very, very physical player. Whenever you see her get engaged with another player, it's there's going to be a lot of contact, we'll put it to say the least.
She doesn't make it easy on her opponents, that's for sure. Now it's with Karina Flores at midfield, the ball with Maria Bischoff, and she turns it over, intended for Featherstone to get the ball to midfield. Here's Burms now. Haywood on the back of Elms as they move forward, looking to get a good shot in, but there's Hurwitz as she could just clear one away. The ball is now going to be a throw-in. Only 1 minute remains. Still 2-1 the score here at the Goshen College Soccer Complex. The women's soccer team taking on Calumet St. Joseph's Crimson Wave. Here's Karina Flores in the back, trying to get one forward. The ball stopped now with Taylor Siren. She tries to clear one, and Charles just heads one away, and potentially a long shot here from Burms, and that is the case. And it goes over the crossbar and out of play.
And as we've been mentioning, I really believe if Coach Glodden and the Leafs can just go to halftime with the lead, they got to be very satisfied. We've been talking about from a theoretical standpoint, it would make sense that they would have more opportunities in the second half with the lack of bench that the Crimson Wave have.
And only 15 seconds remain in this first half. Weldy clears one all the way up, and that looks like that'll just about do it. The ball rolls out of play. No real need for a throw-in. That'll do it this first half. Goshen College Lady Leafs will take a lead into the first half, unlike the game this past Saturday where it was 0-0 at the half. Now they lead 2-1. In about 15 minutes will be the length for halftime. We're going to take about a 2-minute break. When we come back, we've got everything you need to know what happened in the first half and what to look forward to in the second half. Goshen College leads 2-1 here at the Goshen College Soccer Complex. You're listening to 91.1 The Globe, your station for Goshen College athletics.
Hey, Billy, want to go to the state fair?
Yeah!
Well, you can't.
Huh?
Well, you see, Billy, when you throw away money on wasted electricity, you throw away everything you could have done with it. But now your parents are becoming energy efficient. They could save hundreds of dollars a year and take you to the fair next year.
I want to go now.
Oh, I know you do. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is Avery. Ignition Music Radio Hour is moving from Wednesday to Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. We're going to be playing...
Whoa. Avery, everyone knows that my show is on Thursdays from 7 to 9.
Yeah, but Kelsey, your show wasn't that good.
Yeah, that's pretty true. So let's just broadcast together.
Sounds good. Live from Ignition Music every Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in to 91.1 The Globe to hear Avery and Kelsey make fun of Steve, that old record store dude.
Yeah, we've got good jokes and even better music. Kelsey and Avery.
Avery and Kelsey.
Kelsey and Avery.
Avery and Kelsey.
Kelsey and Avery.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Programming on 91.1 The Globe is brought to you in part by Ignition Music Garage, a local independent record store and concert venue located at 120 East Washington Street in Goshen. Ignition Music Garage features new releases on compact disc and vinyl. Ignition also carries a selection of used vinyl and CDs. Open Monday through Saturday 10 to 8. Their phone number is 574-971-8282. Ignition Music Garage in Goshen and online at ignitionmusic.net.
We're back here at 91.1 The Globe, your home for Goshen College athletics. Tonight, it will be women's soccer in action at home. Of course, they are leading 2-1 against Calumet St. Joseph, their ninth meeting all time, and Goshen College is 6-1-1 in those matchups. They are winning at halftime 2-1. My name is Brad Stoltzfus. Alongside me, my partner for the evening, Dalton Shetler. Thank you to everyone listening. You're listening to a great game, as a matter of fact. Great possession so far for Goshen College. And we saw 2 goals, one by Bear, one by Drinkwater, to make it 2-0 only 20 minutes into the game. And then answered right back from Calumet. Brianna Doherty ended up putting one into the net to make this game where it is now, 2-1 going into halftime. We've got a little bit to talk about. I say, Dalton, in the first couple of minutes of the game seemed to be back and forth. Didn't seem really like it was as intense as it was on Cleary on Saturday night.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say so, but I think as time progressed, at this point it was 0-0 Saturday night against Cleary University, and not only that, but at halftime, Goshen had 9 shots at the break, and Cleary only had 1, if I do recall correctly. 9 shots to 1, and then tonight is a completely different story. Is actually Goshen is being outshot 8-6 by the Crimson Wave, and it just kind of puts the competitive perspective in lens. It's a much better game that we're seeing tonight. Obviously, we've seen goals in the first half, but if we base it off of what we've seen in Game 1, Goshen's going to be a very good second half team.
Not to mention Calumet. They're not going to go away easily. They won their first match of the season, 4-0 from 4 different goal scorers when they played a home match against St. Mary of the Woods. And then they lost their second contest 1-0 to William Penn School located in Iowa. And so now they sit 1-1 on the season, and Goshen 1-0 so far. They had their 3-0 victory against Cleary. Their scoreless streak was sitting at 1 game, but was snapped earlier in the first half when, as I mentioned, Brianna Doherty put one in the net. What are you seeing so far out of this Goshen club, and why have they been so successful in the first part of the first half, and what seemed to be slipping away from them in the second part of the first half?
Well, the main positive I really noticed is, and I keep noticing it, is in Game 1 they seem to be so aggressive, seem to jump the gun a little bit and squander a few of their opportunities.
Pretty anxious as they were
right,
as well. Yep.
Absolutely. And so far in the first half, we haven't necessarily seen that. We saw a couple times where Drinkwater took her time. She had a chance to volley one we saw early on to Bear, decided not to, and got an excellent cross to Berkey, which could have been a goal. And some of those one more type of looks that the Lady Leafs team is getting tonight is so much of an improvement from Game 1 against Cleary. But you're right. I think one of the big things that we're noticing tonight is how fast this Crimson Wave team is of Calumet St. Joseph, and a lot of their players are able to run even faster than our Lady Leafs. And you're noticing that's why they're getting a lot of their potentials, and not only that, but they're able to squander some more of those opportunities like later on in the first half we saw.
We've seen a strong half so far from Stephanie Hurwitz, number 22 for Calumet St. Joseph. She's playing the left back position, playing the entire first half as well. Didn't seem like she tired much from when the first kickoff was underway until the second half, or the first half rather, wrapped up. She's had a strong game so far, and neither of the two goals seem to be because of her, or she didn't seem to be in the play. But she's making it very difficult on one Annalise Bayer, as well as some of the other players looking to make a run on her side.
Oh, right, and Hurwitz has been fantastic. Siren's also been excellent so far for the Crimson Wave, and that goes all back to that speed, and those two represent exactly what we were just talking about with that speed. They have been able to zip up and down quicker than any Lady Leaf player has been able to, and it's been crucial. It's the reason why Goshen only has 2 goals at this moment.
And Serena Valles also potentially being a little bit overlooked for this Calumet team. She's having herself a nice game in the midfield. Of course, she was the first one to go congratulate Doherty after her goal. But as you mentioned, still 2-1. You're listening to the halftime show here on 91.1 The Globe. It's your station for Goshen College athletics. And, you know, as we are looking to resume play in about 7.5 minutes' time, we're going to step aside just for a little bit, regroup a little bit, and we'll be looking forward to what to look for in the second half, as well as everything you need to know that happened so far in this game. You're listening to 91.1 The Globe, your home for Goshen College athletics.
Hey, there's my son.
Hey, Dad.
What's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Well, it's just sort of.
Hello, Dad.
Susan? Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and maybe see some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Why would you listen to another morning show where all you hear is this? When you could be starting your morning off like this. Start your day off with a healthy dose of music with the Breakfast Blend here on 91.1 The Globe. We'll take you back to the good old days with our college radio cut, remind you that records are still cool with our Deep Groove vinyl feature, and vibe out to our Toast and Jam session. That's every weekday morning from 6 to 9 here on 91.1 The Globe.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, he's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 wonders of the world.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Are you ready for something new and like up-tempo music? I'm Larry Roberts.
And I'm Jim Fisher. We're the Bluegrass guys here at the Globe and hosts of Down Home.
With over 50 years of folk and bluegrass experience, we still have a long, long way to go.
We're going to bring you the best in bluegrass, both contemporary and classic, from artists like Alison Krauss and Union Station.
You're the lucky one, so I've been told. As free as the wind blowing down the road. Loved by many, hated by none. I'd say you were lucky 'cause
Balsam Range.
Everyone knew it was bound to happen one day. Another breakthrough with a twinkle of an eye.
And some newgrass from the Steep Canyon Range.
Join us every Monday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. for Down Home on your station for culturally progressive music, 91.1 The Globe.
Between midnight and the dawn.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Tune into the Globe every Thursday from 11 to midnight for the Artist Spotlight, a show dedicated to telling the real stories of the musicians that inspire us today. You can learn of their upbringings, their hobbies, as well as side stories of their travels as a musician, and much more. You also get to enjoy many of the artists' favorite tracks over their careers, and the artists come from far and wide. So join us as we engage in a wonderful conversation in the Artist Spotlight, right here on 91.1 The Globe.
We're back here on 91.1 The Globe, your station for Goshen College athletics. We've got women's soccer here tonight. They are leading 2-1 over Calumet St. Joseph's. The Lady Crimson Wave, as they are having themselves a decent half so far, but Goshen really putting on the pressure. But we saw that switch a little bit in the latter portion of the second half. Of course, Doherty ended up putting one in the back of the net to put it at 2-1. What are some things you're looking forward for Calumet in the second half?
Well, really, at this point, I'm just very interested. We've been talking, obviously, it's not as hot as what it was at kickoff, but it's still fairly humid and fairly thick out here.
89 at the start of the game, 85 now. Dipping a little bit, which is nice to see for us, but it's even better to see for the players.
Well, at first I thought that was funny because you walked in the booth when you first got here. I said it's 90 degrees. You said it's 140 in the box. So I thought that was pretty entertaining. But no, we've been talking about how thick this air is.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you have to wonder, especially like without Hurwitz and Siren, who we've been talking about is the complete legs of this team with this speed-wise. They've been able to outrun a lot of the Leaf offensive opportunities and squander them. You have to wonder, without the substitutions, if those legs are going to start wearing down and if they're going to be very vulnerable. So I guess at this point, I'm just waiting to see if health and stamina is going to be a huge impact in the second half.
And we also talked about it a little bit in reference to Calumet's bench, how it's very thin, only 6 players available, while Goshen has a lot more that they can choose from. But it doesn't seem like it's been much of an issue. All these ladies have been playing in the first half so far. No substitutions made in the first half. Justin Olson, head coach for Calumet, must not have believed that it was necessary. But both teams looked pretty good in the first half. Calumet, not so much in the first part of it, but they did most definitely improve once the game started getting underway. Probably about 20, 25 minutes in is when they seemed to click more. And we did see one stoppage of play about midway through the first half. That was, as you mentioned, for drinks, and a stoppage of play just in all. 22-minute mark, the play was stopped. And
to try and find some oxygen out there, because it's scarce.
It is definitely one of the warmer nights, not only so far this season for any team, but summer. I remember about 2 weeks ago, it was only about a high of 69 or 70 degrees, and it was quite ridiculous. We were wondering where our summer had gone, but
here it is.
Yeah, here it is. We are living it right here in the booth that has no wind coming into it, which that's aside from the fact, but it looks like both teams are looking like they're getting ready to start the action. The scoreboard reads 30 seconds, and that is counting down. Goshen College is still ahead 2-1 here in the first half. My name is Brad Stoltzfus, and alongside me, my partner for this evening is Dalton Shetler. We have been doing what we absolutely can in this heat, but it is not too much of a factor anymore. It looks like both teams are ready to go onto the field.
I do got to say, Brad, this is the first time I believe I've done a broadcast where we've had towels up here to try and keep ourselves mounted down. But
I think that's fair to say for myself as well, Dalton.
We'll bounce off of the whole heat issue, except for the players. We'll see, because honestly, that really could be a huge factor for this Crimson Wave team. We'll see what's going to happen here. The Leafs are able to continue to alter players out. We see them get a lot of breaks, and that's we keep talking about the lack of depth, and that's what it's boiling down to right now.
Looks like the same 11 for Calumet will be making their way onto the field, and the same starting 11 as well. For Goshen, it's Drinkwater, Bayer, Crawford, Vela, Berkey. It's also Rachel Short-Miller on the right side, Kate Venderly, in her central defensive mid position, it appears. Melina Weldy in the back, Lena Charles, and wrapping things up on the left backside, Courtney Weingart. The game is underway. It is now Calumet moving from left to right and Goshen moving right to left, as that is per usual for every home game. And we'll get right into the play. Calumet has possession. A throw-in is now taken away. The ball is chipped ahead for Vela. And possession now with Munoz. And she dribbles one out of play. The ball is now with Weingart. She throws one into Berkey, who gets past her defender and gets to Crawford right in the circle at midfield. Crawford looking to make something happen. Still in possession of the ball. She gets it all the way to Rachel Short-Miller. And she'll send one back just to be safe to Melina Weldy. She boots it up and is out of play. Possession now. Looks like the ball rather stayed in play, and a foul called by Bear. Excuse me, that looked like it was just about out of play on that far end there.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
Stayed right on the line according to the line judge. And it will be a free kick on the defensive half for Calumet as they look to move one forward. And it is booted down, but hit away there by Rachel Short-Miller. It's a 2-on-1, maybe a 2-on-4 now developing. However, Rachel Short-Miller on the far side looking to get across in, but it's taken away. Good defense there by Ramirez. And that ball is out of play. Short-Miller is going to have herself a throw for Goshen College. Drinkwater could not quite get that ball, and it will be the first corner of the day as that ball is sent out of play. It will be Goshen's first corner of this evening. 2 minutes gone by in the second half.
And we saw there when Bear had the ball, Elms with the excellent speed tracking her down as well. We've been talking about that's kind of the mismatch right now, is that Crimson Wave has a lot of speed as the corner's underway.
Bear crosses one in. It gets booted away. It looks like it will be a goal kick, as that was Charles. Not in the position she was hoping for, maybe not the height from the ball she was hoping for. That generally seems like that's what they want to do. Charles, a very strong player when it comes to corners. She has a great head, a lot of power behind her headshot. Here's the ball with Berkey. She gets by with a nice move. The ball headed from about 18 yards away, takes one bounce, and pretty easy there for Jingle. Talk about that move a little bit.
Oh, my goodness. She just took Valis and ditched her to the side, threw her out of her way, just with an excellent cross there with her foot, and great play there by Berkey.
That was on the near side, near the corner, and it was either cross one in with your unpreferred left foot or make a little move, a little shimmy
Okey-doke.
there.
Little okey-doke.
By Valles. The ball cleared away as we get back to possession. It's in the midfield. Now the ball with Hurwitz, looking like she is going to be now in the midfield as Calumet in a 4-2-3-1 formation, 4-3-1-2 formation, as they have some players moving forward. And it's good to have a player like Hurwitz with such speed as she has, and now moving her up front maybe to notch another goal. And the ball is now with Charles. Only 4 minutes gone by in the second half. 2-1, Goshen is ahead. You're listening to 91.1 The Globe. It's Lady Leaf action on the women's soccer field here on the campus of Goshen College. The ball with Calumet, and that's a foul there by Vela. Didn't seem very intentional. Whatever the case, Tara Elms wins herself and her team a free kick. It's going to be straight on net, about 35 yards out, it appears. I wouldn't be surprised, Dalton, if Carly Burns is the one taking this shot. We've seen her take about 4 or 5 shots already from deep. Maybe another one here.
And she has the boot. She just hasn't been able to dial it in and focus it in there underneath the crossbar. We'll see if she does here.
She takes a low shot past the wall of 5 of Goshen, and a through ball that's chipped away there. However, that was offside. They're just going to let play resume. as that was Doherty who was made, or was called offside rather there. Kate Crawford on the far side, and it will be a throw-in as the referees are saying had gone out on number 12, that's Elms. And the throw-in goes right back to Weldy on the far side. And it will be, wow, it looks like a Calumet throw-in rather, as it looked like it went off a Calumet player there, but whatever the matter may be, it is Calumet possession, and they're going to be just in front of midfield. There's Valles as she drops one back for Elizabeth Munoz. Good defense here by Charles on the near side. She passes one. It gets deflected now. She gets her, what would be her intended pass, I guess, for Drinkwater, and she keeps it in play right in front of midfield. Now is Crawford. She moves one forward. Good defense there by Elms, as she may have saved a goal-scoring opportunity had that ball gone through to Bear.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something else we need to mention is Bear. She had that goal early on. So far in the second half, she had the ball for a moment, and it was taken away from her as the speed just caught up to her. But if the Leafs really want to knock another one in, Bear is one of the most lethal players they have on their team. They really got to get it back to her.
Good throw in there from Natalie Thorne as she picked up what was not much of an opportunity for Calumet. The ball is at midfield. Gina Berkey is in possession. She gives a nice through ball to Kate Crawford, who looks to move one forward. Oh, what a beautiful pass. It looks like it was going to be on the foot of Drinkwater. It's cleared away, however. That was by Munoz, having herself a nice night as well in the defensive part of the field. And it looks like it'll be a corner kick, rather a throw-in just next to the corner flag for Goshen. It's thrown in from Berkey, and eventually the ball gets back to Berkey. A whistle on the field. Offsides is the call. It'll be a free kick all the way back near the goal line for Calumet.
And Leafs still trying to get something going offensively as besides the ball being down there on that side of midfield and deep in the territory, they really haven't had many good looks so far this second half.
Possession now with Goshen as Bear moves one to her right foot, takes it back now. Crawford, instead of taking the long shot, now the ball with Vela. She had one just in front of the 18-yard box. Good opportunity there for Goshen.
And Bear had it for a moment and kind of lost it herself, and we just talked about we need more, or Goshen's going to need more opportunities from her if they really want to put another tally up on the board.
Make a good point there, Dalton. That was Melina Weldy that sent one out. 37 minutes remain in this second half. Only 8 minutes gone by. Looks like a handball on Calumet. It'll be a throw-in, rather a free kick for Charles, right outside of the 18-yard box in their defensive third. 2-1, still the score here. Goshen College is ahead. We had goals in the first half from Annalise Baer. She scored the second goal, and so early in the match, only 5 minutes had gone by until Melanie Drinkwater put one into the net. Kate Crawford has possession of the ball, wearing her number 10 jersey, which is a little change from her usual number 24 uniform. And Gina Berkey now in possession, now getting it up to Janeth Vela. Nice through ball there. Could be a chance for Goshen, but there was an offside call on, looks like, either Drinkwater or Bear. They were both making a run. They were both in about the same length, it seemed. Could have gone to either player, but both were offside. And it'll be about 35 yards from their own net. Looking to kick it the opposite way is Calumet, and the ball gets on the foot of Doherty. And it's taken away. Kate Venderly having herself a nice game at the central defensive midfield position. And Weldy now with the ball for Goshen, clears one all the way up, and Vela is going to set one on her foot. Now the ball with Short Miller, bobbled a little bit from Siren and Short Miller herself, but Siren wins herself a throw-in on the far side in front of midfield.
And remember, after this evening, the Lady Leafs will be in action next on Saturday when they travel to Madonna. And the next contest you can hear here on the Globe is actually going to be Friday night when Penn High School football is going to be taking over the airways. As Vela has the ball right now. Brad, take it.
And the ball now, she is offside, was Wangard. She had a pretty good opportunity there as the ball eventually got passed into the box. She was right on the corner of the box, still about 18 yards away or so. Still would have been quite the effort from the shot. And do you have anything more to add to that schedule there, Dalton?
Yes, Penn High School will be in action on Friday night with the Regional Radio Sports Network. You'll be able to hear that on the Globe, but also men's soccer will be in action. And yourself, Brad, and Andrew will be covering that one for the web stream only. So make sure if you want to hear that, you tune into that action there on Friday night.
Of course, you can find anything you need to know. You can stream online at 91.1 The Globe. That is on globeradio.org. Of course, you can stream us there, and you can see the last 5 songs that played and what's coming up next. And what's coming up next for Goshen is the ball to Annalise Baer. She has her back to the goal. Now she gets it to Venderly, who almost gives away possession, and Jingle will be after that ball looking for a goal kick. Substitution coming on now. That is Janice Haywood coming on for Kate Crawford, as it looked like Crawford may have had some tired legs in the middle, but it's also nice to get some fresh legs in. And of course, the depth of this team, having 20 juniors, with 6 of those being transfers coming in just this season.
And we've mentioned a few times this is Crawford's first start of the season, so it's might be a new experience to her to have this much minutes at this point of the game.
And possession is now with Calumet in the middle, as that ball is swung over just in front of midfield now. In pursuit was Valles, and Weingart having themselves very friendly competition there, but it is cleared away. Good job by Weingart there. It'll be a throw-in for Calumet just in front of Goshen's dugout. The ball gets crossed from one side of midfield to the other, but now Goshen's in possession. We're seeing so far back and forth. It seems 32 minutes remain in the second half. Goshen College leads 2-1. It looks like a substitution is coming on. Weingart steps off, and stepping in to the left back position will be Courtney Featherstone. That ball now with Vela looked to be a handball.
And everybody
pretty
just
blatantly.
Everybody kind of froze, but they waited till it went out of bounds to make the call.
Appear though the angle of the ref was right behind
to her back.
To her back. Didn't seem like they could have made anything from it. But now, as we get back to the action, Calumet tries to get a cross from midfield into the box. And the ball now with Calumet. That's Sanchez in the middle, taken away by the great legs of Berkey as she's moving forward. A good through ball, however, taken away by Munoz there. The ball over intended for Sanchez, but Calumet pretty lazy there in the back as they give one away. It'll be a throw-in for Featherstone and the Goshen College Lady Leafs. Vela is now in their attacking third. The ball with Baer. Oh, a good pass there by Berkey. Just could not quite get the first touch, though it may have been a nice pass there by Baer. And Berkey rips a shot over just outside the 18-yard box. A goal kick for Calumet.
And there go the Leafs again with a good attack as they really are trying to extend their lead and make it a little bit more comfortable throughout the final moments of the second half.
Only 2 shots so far in this first half, rather in the second half for Goshen College and for both teams. We have yet to see a shot on net from Calumet here in the second half. The ball now with Vela as 15 minutes have gone by. Berkey now has the ball. A good through ball. Could be Drinkwater for her second. And very good defense there by Tuxford as she prevented Drinkwater from a good scoring opportunity there.
Just got right inside of her and wouldn't let her get to that ball, and gave Jingle just enough time to come up and make the stop there and get the save and prevent this from turning into a 3-1 ball game.
Ball now with Vela. She tries getting one forward. Offside the call. Drinkwater could have been only a hair offside there. And it will be essentially a goal kick for Calumet as the ball is just up outside of the 18-yard box. Looks like it will be sent up now to Doherty. She has the lone goal so far for the Crimson Wave in this match. 15 minutes have gone by, still 2-1. Goshen ahead. Doherty throws one in. It's headed away by Vela for Goshen. The ball cleared away. Not too much of success. However, the ball being bounced around at midfield a little bit now in possession. That's Vallis that had the ball. Now Berkey clears one out with her left foot. Vela's got two players. She elects to give it to the second one, which was Venderly, which was past Berkey. Now a good touch there by Bear. She gets a good through ball into Drinkwater. A good first touch. She takes a shot off the post. Her left-footed shot goes off the right post. And it might have been from that curving shot. We had a very good angle. So it was basically right in our line of that.
And she made an excellent play there as Jingle started creeping over towards the left side of the goal net where Drinkwater was approaching. Drinkwater took an excellent shot there to use that empty part of the net, and it just was, unfortunately, a few inches too wide.
And now the ball in the attacking third again for Goshen as they're looking to get something going, but the ball is with Calumet. And good move there from Elms. The ball now in possession with Berkey. And a little bit of contact there from Berkey, but Calumet now has a player down. We'll have a little more information on that.
And again, we mentioned it's, as we've been mentioning throughout the entire night, it's a very short bench that the Crimson Wave have, so you really hope, not only just for her sake and her health, but that for the team's sake, that Vallis is okay coming up from that one. And she's able to walk over here. She's back, grabbing her knees, bending over again, trying to catch her breath, but she seems to be doing all right as she now moves into a trot here on the near sideline.
And Carly Burns is going to be the one taking the free kick. She's going to boot one all the way down, almost getting into the box before it is headed away by Lena Charles. In possession now with Goshen as we have 18 minutes being played so far in the second half. Goshen still ahead 2-1. And Haywood now moves forward on the right side, on the far side from our point of view. Again, Goshen is moving right to left, Calumet left to right. The lights are now in full effect. Of course, the sun has gone down, and have ourselves a nice night for soccer. It has cooled down, of course, since the 89-degree game time.
Ooh.
Whew, that just sounds evil in itself, and really difficult for the players to play in it. We had them stop. Everyone had to get a drink of water earlier in the first half. We resume play. Annalise Bear now in the attacking third, and a through ball cut out there, but now a 2-on-1 brewing for Goshen. The rebound not quite handled by Jingle, but she does end up getting a hold of it. A good shot there from Haywood.
And Drinkwater there was sniffing out the opportunity. She really wanted that ball to get loose from Jingle on the rebound and see if she can boot it into the net for her second goal of the contest. But regardless, it's still 2-1 as we have, we're in 20 minutes into the action here in the second half.
Two Goshen players collide was Venderly and Featherstone, but in possession with the ball is Goshen as they're trying to get something going here in their attacking half. And Haywood has the ball, gets it by one. However, she elects to send it back to Rachel Short-Miller, who sends one forward, and it will be out of play. Three substitutions looking to come on for Goshen. Eventually, it will be Woodward, Watkins, and Bischoff, the same three that we saw come in all at once in the first half as well. But the next stoppage of play, which is now, it looks like they're going to be coming on. It was Kate Venderly getting tripped up a little bit there. And the subs are not going to come on quite yet. We'll let you know when they do. If you're just tuning in, 2-1 is our score. Goshen is ahead in their home match against Calumet St. Joseph's. It is the second half. 24.5 remains. 20 minutes have gone by. And indeed, the subs coming in now. Artie's Woodward, Maria Bischoff, and Malia Watkins originally were going in, and now they're told to just retreat back to their benches, as now this is something we saw in the first half, everyone stopping again around the 20-minute mark or so, everyone coming off the field, getting a drink of water. I wish that this was a part of every soccer game. I think I honestly think the hydration point of the game is so important. Honestly, I mean, just for practice, it seems like there should be just a lot of Now it looks like the women are all doing a dance together, as requested by the Goshen College fan section here.
But no, you were on to a great point about breaks at about halfway through each half for water, and you think about it, you put it in perspective, especially a team here like Calumet St. Joseph, where they only have 6 players on the bench. Some of these girls are going 90 minutes, an hour and a half of up and down. You got to get some water in you because they're not getting any breaks throughout the entire contest. So I do think that's an interesting note, and one may we elaborate on 574 Sports in the future.
There you go. That's something to look forward to this Saturday, 574 Sports. Of course, Dalton, if you want, you can add a little more into that when the time comes. As for now, looks like the play is going to start resuming as both teams are hustling onto the field, and those substitutions have checked in. It is Woodward, Bischoff, and Watkins. It looks like when play resumes, it will be a Goshen free kick, as the ball was taken away by Venderly via a trip from Calumet, and it will be in possession of Goshen when play resumes. 24:34 is the exact time that reads on the clock. It is stopped right now. 20 and change have gone by in the second half. Goshen leads 2-1. My name is Brad Stoltz, just alongside me for the night, Dalton Shetler. And you're listening to 91.1 The Globe, your Goshen College Sports Authority. And the clock, though play has resumed, the clock has yet to continue. We saw this in last game. Now there it goes. That they, as a matter of fact, stopped the play and just drained 20 seconds off the clock to make up for what it was. But now the ball chased down by Malia Watkins, and she was on Munoz good there. Now the ball, Charles is all the way up at midfield, and Featherstone, wearing her number 12 jersey, has her pass picked off by Sanchez. The ball now with Val S. taken away. And all the way from the back is Venderly, a 50-50 ball between Watkins and Jingle there. Good idea from Venderly, but the execution just a little too strong on the pass, it seemed.
And you know, Brad, we still haven't seen a goal here in the second half, which is very interesting from a Leaf team that scored 3 goals in the second half in Game 1 on Saturday.
Now they are apparently a first-half team as they look to be a second-half team. We saw that a lot last year as well. Woodward crosses one in with Haywood. She headed one, a good save made. However, all is moot as an offside was called.
Excellent effort there by Haywood again, as she got creative there in the box with the head, trying to send it to the upper half there in left corner of the net.
Potentially, she had that opportunity due to no one guarding her because she was offside. However, it would be good to see both sides really get aggressive in their own respective way. It has been a pretty even second half so far, as it wasn't the case in the first half. The play was a lot more one-sided in different portions of the game. The ball with Calumet moved all the way forward in the attacking third, headed away by Charles, as Doherty was having Charles towering over her from the back. The ball headed around a little bit, but now in possession of Tuxford. She sends one all the way back, and Featherstone chasing down Vallis, and it will be Vallis coming out on top. Tuxford knees one forward to Burms, taken down, and that looks also to be a pretty hard foul. No card being issued by the ref. It will be a free kick off to the right side a little bit for Calumet, as Thorne is on her left post, and directing exactly where she wants these 4 Goshen women to be on the wall. This is Carly Burms taking the shot. It's a good one, and Thorne's going to have to make the save, and the best she could do was two-hand the shot over the crossbar, and it will be a corner, the second of the game for Calumet.
And we've seen quite a leg from Burms throughout the entire contest. Again, she's really been able to boot them from deep down, and this time she actually was able to sneak it in the crossbar potentially, because we've seen about 3 shots in a row that went over. This one was pretty good, but Thorne made an excellent play.
It'll be Hurwitz, it appears, taking this corner with her preferred left foot on the near side corner. Nothing coming of it as Berkey picks off the air ball there, and the ball gets past Fenderly. The ball in the box, cleared away by Short Miller, and good awareness as she kicks it not over the goal line, but rather over the sideline just next to the flag in the corner, so it will be a throw-in. The ball now with Ramirez on the left side, the far side from our perspective, and now Haywood looking to make something happen on this counterattack. Goshen has some numbers moving forward. Watkins now with the ball. She's got 2 that she could elect to. She takes it herself, and the ball gets by. However, a little bit brewing there as the ball was trying to get cleared away there by Calumet, and it was deflected off by Gina Berkey, and the ball eventually rolled into Jingle. But now Kate Venderly moves forward. She gets a ball to Watkins, who's offside. And so far, a good offside trap by Calumet's back 4 to really prevent more scoring opportunities for Goshen.
And we've seen 3 recently with Drinkwater, Watkins, and Haywood all being offside in the last few possessions.
And another stoppage of play here. The ball moves forward now in possession of Tuxford for Calumet, but taken away by Berkey, now taken away once more. Calumet in possession. Goshen in possession now at midfield, taken away. Calumet really back and forth. I think they're passing to the wrong teams, Dalton. The ball now is with Hurwitz. She does a nice job running it down on the far side near the goal line, and she crosses one in off a Goshen player. It will be a corner, the second so far in the half. Third of the game, 19 minutes remain in the second half. Goshen leads 2-1.
And we'll see if they're able to put something together. Again, we've been talking, some of these players have been out there for about 80 minutes up to this point, 70 minutes, 80 minutes. So it'll be interesting if they have any legs come the final moment. So you wonder if they really need to put one in now.
And as we mentioned in pregame, just the importance of conditioning. We'll get back to that in a second. And a low cross goes in, and it will be technically another corner, as Weldy could do not much more, but really hip that ball away over the goal line as it. And now the ball is going to be still waiting to get crossed in from the corner. Carly Burms, they elected to switch kick takers. It was originally Ramirez. Now the ball comes in on a low cross. The rebound shot is high and wide. It looks like a substitution coming in now. Lana Smucker sees her first action of the year as she is checking in for midfielder Gina Berkey. I would be surprised if we don't see more of her, though, come later in this second half.
Correct.
An unlimited amount of subs can be used in the second half. One player can come on and off as much as the coach pleases. And 27 minutes gone by in this second half, 2-1 still. Goshen, Haywood now for Goshen, and Watkins is onside. She's got a foot, shoots one, and it's off about 6 yards to the left.
We talked about in game one jumping the gun, and that seemed like one of those opportunities where she just kind of got a little giddy, sent it wide left. If she takes her time, she might get a better look there.
And it's tough because Smucker was also coming down on that left side. Of course, it's easy for you, me, anyone watching this film
Right.
later to see how open Smucker was on the left, but tough on Watkins as she had a defender on her back and could do not much more than rip the shot.
By the way, when Smucker subbed in, did you see what dance she went with? Because, the Goshen College student section requests a dance whenever a substitution comes in. She went with the Dante Culpepper. I thought that was a little interesting.
And speaking of substitution, looks like we might need one here, as it's unconfirmed exactly who's down in the box now for Calumet, but the clock has stopped in this women's game at exactly 17 minutes remaining. Therefore, 20 minutes gone by. It looks like she's down, and the two trainers for Goshen are making their way out just in front of the goal net for Calumet to defend against everyone else now at midfield. And we're seeing some other players struggle, including Patricia Tuxford. She was down on the floor, but now we're still trying to figure out exactly who is down on the ground now for Calumet.
Coach Olson's also going to join out the trainers out there in front of the net as he walks over to check on his player, who is now being brought up by a couple of the trainers, at least in a sitting position. So it's a better sign already. And you're right, a lot of these other Crimson Wave players are stretching out and trying to get their muscles okay, at least for the next couple minutes, next 17 minutes to be exact, till this one blows off. But they're bringing a cart out there by that net now.
That's not a good sign. We have received word that it's Elizabeth Munoz out now, and it looks like she will not be checking back into this game. Looks like she's got a brace on that left ankle, maybe was re-aggravated, as it looks like the left ankle is the one, in fact, that she isn't putting a whole lot of pressure on. So sorry for that delay, folks, but it looks like we will be resuming play in a short matter of time. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to 91.1 The Globe, your Goshen College Sports Authority. 28 minutes gone by so far in the second half. Goshen leads 2-1. Goshen's had goals from Melanie Drinkwater that came only 5 minutes into the game. Annalise Baird tallied one later as well. And, of course, all of this scoring done in the first half. Brianna Doherty was the one that tallied one for the Crimson Wave. Mm-hmm. And so far, play is still not being resumed as all the players for both teams are in their respective huddles looking to get this game back and going. It's almost acting as a timeout, which, of course, there are none in soccer, but we've seen a few stoppages of play, whether it be for an injury like this one, or we saw two stoppages of play, one in the first half and one so far here in the second half, where the referees are telling all the players to come and get some water. Mm-hmm. Just relax a little bit. We don't need to necessarily push you guys in doing this. It looks like Tuxford also for Calumet being stretched out, and maybe she'll be needed to be tended to the trainer as well.
And I was going to mention before it looks like Burns is the player helping stretching her out here on the near sideline. Before she even got there to assist her, Tuxford just laid down for a few moments. She is really getting beat by all these minutes racking up on her. Again, she's logged 73 minutes to this point, and it's really taking a toll on her as she's finally getting up, getting some water in her, and she's struggling a little bit.
My name is Brad Stoltzfus, and you're listening. Also next to me is Dalton Shetler for this evening's match. It is at the Goshen College Women's Soccer Complex here on the campus of Goshen College for a home match. They're playing Calumet St. Joseph's. If you're just tuning in, 2-1 is the score. Play has resumed, and the clock is now ticking again. It's Serena Valles on the ball on the near side, and it is Charles who eventually clears that one away. Haywood trying to just get rid of one there. It'll be a substitution. Two starters come back in. Kate Crawford and Courtney Weingard coming in. And checking out is Maria Bischoff, who had a lot of shot opportunities in the first game of the season against Cleary, and Rachel Short-Miller, the starting right back, coming off. And it looks like Weingard is going to be playing right back instead of her starting left back position, which is currently occupied by Courtney Featherstone. But possession now with Goshen as Crawford tries moving one forward. She's got fresh legs, and she gets past Sanchez looking to cross one in. She gets a low cross in. That's deflected away by, that appeared to be Hurwitz. And it will be a corner, the second of the evening, first in the second half for the Lady Leafs.
And now you're starting to see, we talked about the speed is one of the main advantages that the women Crimson Wave have out here on the field, but late in this contest, Lady Maple Leafs may be able to take over that advantage.
Cross in from Woodward, it goes high, and the ball now Featherstone. She has a shot opportunity. Smucker just sends one back, and they'll just regroup a little bit. Still in their attacking third, Venderly sends in a shot. Goes about 5 yards wide to the left, no problem for Jingle there. We go back to Kimberly Jingle for Calumet St. Joseph's a little bit. Having pretty much a slow part of the first half, letting in 2 early goals. But now she has just done a fantastic job in the shot opportunities that she has needed to save since then. She has kept it at 2-1. We'll have a little more on her later, as it looks like she is going to be the one picking up the balls that rolls all the way into her box. She's listed on the roster as a junior forward, generally the goal scorer, but now she is in her number 0, which differs from her number 18 generally.
And that speaks just to the versatility of some of these athletes. As
offside was Haywood there, Dalton.
Yeah, I was going to say Haywood kind of jumped the gun there on that one, trying to get in there. Jingle was able to snuff that one out, as well as, again, we just mentioned the versatility she has. But on a night like this, with how hot it is, she might rather be back there in the net so she doesn't have to run all the way up and down like she usually does.
I think that could be a very fair point. I'm sure, though, she gets a lot of the weight on her shoulders, though, if this game does end this way. But in a sense, it doesn't either, because she's the one that stepped up to take on this goalie role. Now back to the action. A through ball intended for Lana Smucker, but cleared away there by Andrea Ramirez. Probably the best she could do was what she did, was clear it away and allow a throw-in on the near side, far down on the left part, past the Goshen College bench yet. It'll be a throw-in from basically the same position, though Calumet will be the one tossing it in. And it is done so into Valles, who tries to just get one back, and it's cleared away, bounced around a couple of times. Crawford makes a nice touch there at midfield. Back in possession with Goshen. A good pass there by Venderly. And Woodward is onside on the right side. She crosses one in. No defenders there. They got time to set something up, and Smucker does so. She shoots and scores! Lana Smucker's first career goal comes tonight. And it is 3-1. And what better time to do it? 12:50 remains in the second half. And that is Lana Smucker scoring the goal, making this game 3-1, Dalton.
And how about that? We saw the cross come from Woodward. Watkins was heading right down the middle, trying to get her head in on it, and went just past her. Smucker was waiting on the near side, took it and sent it top shelf, just squeaking inside the crossbar, making it 3-1 and kind of putting this game, or making it at least more comfortable for the Leafs.
Haywood checks off now, and Vela checks back in. Vela started this game. Unbelievable shot comes from close, but she didn't have much of an opening outside of basically where she shot it, and she put it in. Good goal there by Lana Smucker, again earning her first career goal. Not seeing a whole lot of time last year did Smucker as a freshman, being only one of 3 freshmen. But now, coming into this game, good performance. She's been hustling all day as well. After she checked in earlier in this second half. The ball is now with Calumet as they move forward. Now in their attacking third, here's Brems with a shot, or Burmis rather, with the shot, sends over the crossbar, out of play. Natalie Thorne for Goshen, the goal kick.
And just a reminder, remember, on Saturday mornings, tune in at 11 o'clock in the morning. We have 574 Sports for you. That's coming just after the NLC football show from 10 to 11. And we got some really neat stuff coming up on that, so make sure you don't miss. We got a USA powerlifter from South Bend with a very inspiring story, so make sure you tune in at 11 o'clock here on the Globe.
Also, not to mention a good story in the works for the men's tennis team. I'll get a chance to sit down with Stan King, who is entering another season as the Goshen College men's tennis head coach. And we'll talk about some of the players he brings in and what to expect for their season moving ahead. We get back to the action. A ball was sent in. Not much of a chance there for Goshen as the ball was corralled by Jingle. The ball is now at midfield with Featherstone. She elects to send one back to Charles, who gets one to Smucker and back to Vela. Off Smucker's back heel unintentionally. It looks like Watkins was banged up just a little bit as she's hobbling around. But now the ball back with Vela. And a good chance here. Offside is the call. I wouldn't be surprised if Watkins sees some time on the bench as she's limping around. And you'll want some fresh legs up front. Of course, 35 minutes have gone by so far in this second half. Goshen College leads 3-1. Goals by Drinkwater, Bear, and most recently Lana Smucker. Just 2 minutes ago, she put one into the net. And as for Calumet St. Joseph's, Brianna Doherty still with the lone goal for that side in their game. Looks like 4 subs coming on at the next stoppage of play. The ball is with Kate Crawford. Moving forward, there's Watkins onside. Oh, she's offside. Little bit of a late call.
I was gonna say that was a very delayed call because everybody was sitting there, and as soon as Watkins broke free, we've seen her called for offside so many times tonight. Everybody was watching the official, and then eventually put it up after she got to it deep in the box.
Now it is back at midfield, just in front of the bench for Calumet. 4 subs, it looks like, is going to be checked in. One will be Natalie Thorne coming out and Molly Zook coming in. Karina Flores checking in. Annalise Baird checking back in. And Lavari Chavez comes in for the Maple Leafs. Standing ovation for the 4 subs coming off. One includes Thorne and Woodward. But we'll get back to the action now as Kate Venderly is taken down. No foul called, but she gets back up, heads one. However, the ball is now with Valles. Here's Valles moving around a little bit in front of midfield now. She just sends a blind pass back, and it is intercepted by Goshen. Now the ball is shot by Calumet. It is blocked and cleared away eventually by Featherstone, chested down there by Elms. The ball now with Hurwitz. Looks like she's now back in her original defensive position that she started the game with. She started the second half, did Stephanie Hurwitz, in the front as one of the strikers looking to get something going while the game was down, or while they were just down 1. And there's currently 8 minutes remaining in this game. 3-1. Goshen still leads. Asia Green looking to check in at the next stoppage of play for Goshen. And it looks like it will be a free kick for Calumet about 40 yards out, just to the left a little bit yet of being straight onto the net. Zook is instructing her wall where to go. The shot by Brems, and it is wide left of the goal.
It was 7:40. You got to wonder if defeat is kind of starting to sink in over there on that Crimson Wave sideline. You're starting to see a little bit of a slower tempo from them when it comes to the ball being in play. They're not quite the competitive spirit isn't quite the same on the intensity level as we saw earlier on this contest.
Asia Green checks in at the left back position for her former roommate Courtney Featherstone. And now a nice through ball by Bear, and chasing it down is Chavez and Hurwitz. Two of equal speed, it seems so far. Finally someone that can keep up with Hurwitz, as she's just been bolting by most of the players so far, but Chavez giving her a run for her money, no pun intended, and it will be a goal kick that is passed there to the right back Ramirez, and it is Jingle sending one down. The ball now in the middle with Jackie Sanchez as she sends one over, still in the defensive half now. It crosses midfield for a ball for Burmes. And here is Valles trying to make something happen. Good defense there by Karina Flores. And the ball is corralled there by Molly Zook. 6.5 remaining in this second and final period. It is 3-1 in favor of Goshen. Goals coming from Drinkwater, Bear, and Smucker. And Doherty for Calumet. Asia Green, the one throwing this one in from the near side at midfield, looking to make something happen. And it is very evident of the tired legs of Calumet, and that's not because of the bias that we have a little bit on Goshen's side, but because they only have 6 players that they're able to use, and of course one already had to check out of the game with an injury. So only 5 players, a very thin team. And we have yet to see much of their bench be a part of this game.
Right, and you're right. It's not bias. It's just reality.
Yeah.
Anybody who runs for 85 minutes is going to be exhausted by that point and isn't going to have much left in the tank. And that's we're seeing that right in front of our eyes here with this Crimson Wave team. Still giving a lot of effort, and give that to their credit because they're still out here competing. But you can just tell it's the will is there, but the physical play just isn't at the moment.
And of course, a lot more depth comes on the Goshen College side. Annalise Bear staying strong, as not letting Tuxford to bully her around, and it will be Asia Green now on the near side trying to get something going. And Lena Charles now in the back for Goshen, clears the one away as 2 players were basically on her, and she eventually cleared one away. Good play there by Charles. A throw in front of Calumet's bench is all the way on the far side. Good play there from Charles, getting front of Doherty, who knocked her down, and it'll be a free kick all the way on the near side, but all the way back in the defensive third of Goshen. Ball with Asia Green. It is out of play. A throw in now for Calumet St. Joseph's.
And nearly 4 minutes remaining here for this contest. Remember, again, Saturday it's going to be the Lady Leafs taking on Madonna University as they have their first road game of the season. So that'll be something to make sure you look out for.
With exactly 4 minutes to remain in the second half, we're seeing 2 subs come on. One being Kate Venderly coming off in favor of Maria Bischoff. And sitting for the first time all game will be Melina Weldy as Dusty Diener checks back in. Good game from Weldy so far. It's been intriguing to see the couple between Weldy and Charles, as Charles the one booting one down. The chemistry, they played a lot of games last year together. A good transition year for Charles especially, who came in with just a lot of talent in itself, and now being paired with a player like Weldy is very special, and it's going to be a good season in the back line if all holds true. This is Vela now, and Asia Green makes a good run on the left side in the attacking third. There's a good through ball. Vela is onside, and she makes a nice move. She'll take a shot on her right foot. A good shot by Jingle as Vela tried going near post, and Jingle almost guessing that way as she makes a good save there, preventing a 4th goal for Goshen.
And that was an excellent play from Vela. As we said earlier when we got to see Short Miller just toss Velas to the side, it wasn't quite as extreme, but she made a similar move to free herself open and give herself a shot opportunity here with just over 3 minutes left to play.
The 3rd corner of the game. Oh, it's going to be a throw, rather. That's only the 2nd time that's happened, Dalton, where a throw in right next to the flag appeared to me to be a corner kick, but nothing comes of the throw, as now Calumet, as a matter of fact, in possession, moving forward from the midfield. A good through ball there. It gets into the box. Definitely a 50-50 ball from Zook and Valles, and by the reaction of the crowd, you can tell that was picked up there by Zook. Still 3-1. 2:22 remains in this second half.
And you're right, the Maple Leafs came out once again, and they've been able to pick and choose what they want to do. I mean, they're totally in control of what they want to do, but this is you got to see a much better test tonight against Calumet College instead of Cleary University, where it wasn't really competitive.
Yeah, it definitely was in the first half. I would have to say that, but in the second half, it definitely got away from Cleary. The ball now with Bear as she's moving into the attacking third, but moves one back. Oh, a good pass. However, offside was Flores as her shot hit off the post anyway. Still 3-1. 94 seconds remain in the second half. Looks like Goshen's going to go 2-0 in the 2015-2016 campaign. So far, Scott Gloden, I'm sure, has got to be pleased with that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is like we talked about, we got to discuss with him prior to his debut on Saturday when they took on Cleary University. He just said he woke up and he was so excited, and he take it away as Bear is there in the goal box.
Bear now in possession. She takes a shot, and her second goal of the game is scored. Annalise Bear makes it 4-1 with only a minute remaining, and that absolutely puts the icing on the cake if it didn't already.
And that'll change the tune to this one a little bit, as again, Annalise Bear was Maple Leaf Athlete of the Week just a week ago, making her case for back-to-back, as tonight she's got 2 goals and an assist.
Unbelievable game so far for Bear. Of course, the senior leader on this team, really showing what exactly this program is intended to look like under head coach Scott Gloden, and very nice to have a player like Bear on the team, very involved as well in the community and on campus. 45 seconds remain in the second half. 4-1 is the score. Goshen leads. Goals from Drinkwater, 2 from Bear, 1 coming in the first half, 1 just a couple seconds ago. And, of course, Lana Smucker added 1 to make it 3-1, but now it is 4-1. Calumet in possession now as they get it all the way up to Brianna Doherty, the lone goal scorer, and a big collision there. Whistle finally blows, and a free kick coming, but it looks like it'll just about be done as 10 seconds remain. Counting down, and 5 seconds, 4, 3, and Bischoff clears one down. Good game from both sides, but Goshen comes ahead. 4-1 is the score. Goshen College Lady Leafs defeat Calumet St. Joseph Crimson Wave, and Goshen now improves 2-0 under Scott Gloden's first season. Stick around a little bit after the game. We've got post-game stats, analysis, and everything that you need to understand that's happened so far in this game. What a great game from the Goshen College Lady Leafs. We saw a couple of goals from Bear. We saw Lana Smucker add her first career goal in her time here at Goshen. We're going to step aside